Today we talk about Mary the Owl, burying all her puppets. Sounds like a wild drama, but to the materialist Lipton, all this is just Jimmy's excuse to escape justice. To protect the evidence, Lipton decides to babysit those puppets himself for a dedicated sheriff, but the next day, Jimmy takes advantage of Lipton's absence to sneak off with the puppets, heading straight for the funeral home like she's staging a puppet show. She wants to dig up some useful info from the director. Looks like she's really into this puppet life. But the director clearly doesn't want to stir the pot. Jimmy's I don't care attitude finally gets him talking. Turns out when the director was 6, there was a famous vaudeville master in town. No wonder she's a legend. She is now the fearsome Mary the Owl, and when she performed that day, it was truly a scene to behold. But a kid said he saw her lips move, and she totally lost face in front of 1,000 people. Talk about a career killer. Everyone thought her performance was flawless, yet a few days later, that little boy went missing. Coincidence? Everyone thought Mary kidnapped him, and not long after, she was murdered herself. Now that's some plot twist. She wanted to be sent to the director's father to be turned into a puppet. Clearly, she had a real thing for puppets. After that, buried with her 100+ puppets, bad news started hitting the town. Families involved in her murder faced total annihilation. It was like a horror movie come to life. And before they died, they all lost their tongues and were posed like puppets. Even Jimmy's wife Lisa. Spine-chilling stuff. Jimmy was left scratching her head. Who dug up the puppets and sent them to her? The director didn't have a clue either. No one dared to speak Mary's name. But Jimmy isn't the least bit intimidated. With courage in her heart, she decided to venture into the old, abandoned theatre to get the scoop. Perhaps she might uncover something truly fascinating. The old site nestled in the mountains was completely deserted, with spider webs everywhere. What a charming decor. Luckily, there was a little boat on the water. Jimmy paddled her way across in no time. The atmosphere was chilling as she stepped into the theatre, trying to find something, but it was eerily quiet, like a dead man's party. Everything was covered in webs, and just as she picked up a book, a mysterious figure flickered in the mirror. Yikes. She discovered that the book detailed how to make humans into puppets. Did she just find the puppet-making handbook? Just then, Jimmy felt a chill crawl up her back, as if someone was sneaky a peek. Creepy. Realizing things were getting weird, Jimmy hurried out, while the director's wife started chatting with the puppet. Unbelievable. Caught by her husband, she claimed the puppet could talk to her, but the director feared it would stir trouble. So he decided to take the puppet back to the graveyard for a refill. Things are getting more complicated. Just as he was about to leave, a woman's voice suddenly echoed from the wall, like she was revealing some hidden secrets. She thought it was her wife sneaking beneath the floor once again, but instead, a breathtaking and astonishing drama was unfolding. As the director crawled in, the door behind him slammed shut. He was completely cut off. A terrible night indeed. At that moment, Mary's voice echoed, and it seemed she was indeed unable to escape it all. Meanwhile, Jimmy found her father again because she discovered the missing child's info at the old theatre, and she was curious about the connection. Her father reluctantly divulged the truth, seeming to know more than she ever figured. Back then, when Jimmy's brother-in-law went missing, Mary was the prime suspect. The truth was gradually coming to light. He took matters into their own hands, captured her, and made her scream, leading to a string of bizarre deaths in town. Not to mention, all the relevant people started dropping like flies. This was getting weirder. Until the end, Jimmy's father kicked her out to protect her. Talk about tough love. Jimmy finally understood she couldn't escape everything and had found her mission. Mary's tale must end with her generation, and Jimmy turned to find the director to get those puppets back. But as soon as she stepped outside, she ran into Lipton, who caught her red-handed for stealing the puppets again. Don't forget Turns out Lipton discovered the puppets were missing during the day and went snooping around only to find a bunch had vanished. Now he seriously suspects Jimmy is directing the whole town's drama. What a spectacle. Jimmy realized Lipton wouldn't believe her anymore and didn't bother to explain. Just then Mary's voice chimed in. She hurriedly pushed past Lipton and sped off toward the old theatre. It felt like a race. Lipton was forced to follow closely behind to avoid losing her, flashlight and shotgun in hand, just in case. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You won't regret it. We'll bring you more terrifying and fun content. Come join the fun. Thank you for watching. We hope to see you again next time. Don't forget our promise. See you next time. Eagerly anticipating the opportunity to see you all once again next time. Everyone, take care and keep that curiosity alive.